Ọjọ́ agbára náà tí ọ̀sán dòru, tàsọjọ́ mímọ́ kalẹ̀. Ìràwọ̀ méje ló yọ ní òkè ọ̀run, àwọn ẹyẹ wọn ké lulí. Ọjọ́ agbára náà tí ọ̀sán dòru, ó ní tàsọjọ́ mímọ́ kalẹ̀. Ìràwọ̀ méje ló yọ ní òkè ọ̀run, àwọn ẹyẹ wọn ké lulí.
I'm going to call on another speaker now. Please, after the speaker has spoken, when we want to ask questions, let us try as much as possible to make sure that that question revolves or is about what the speaker has just spoken to us about. At the end, we can then, diversify into other things. But let us keep it so that we can manage. Thank you, Professor Balafin. At this time, I'll call upon another father in the Lord, a man that we all know very well, who is well rooted in the Word of God. He also holds a PhD in mass communication and is a PR specialist and a veteran newspaper and news media journalist with about 35 years work experience. And I'm talking about our father in the Lord, Dr. Kunle Hamilton, who is the prophet and the shepherd of CCC Praiseville. Over to you, sir, Dr. Page.
Thank you so very much. First, I'd like to say a very big thank you to Professor Balofin for two reasons. He's quite very bad in the field we're discussing, but beyond that, he's a very compassionate man. He is interested in many cases of media interaction. I want to thank Dr. Jokemwiwa also for her very honest, short but forthright presentation, where her expertise is also something to consider, where the image of our church is being queried. My presentation will be offhand because I'll be speaking straight from my heart. There is no other church in the whole wide world whose members constitute as much nuisance on the social media like Celestial Church. It is also unfortunate for us as a church that we are responding too little, too late to the menace that our brothers and sisters who have arrogated to themselves the judge and jury authority for saying anything they want to say about anything and anyone in the church. Professor Balofi was talking about the case studies of the Anglican Church, the Catholic Church, and the New Christian Church of God. And I made a mental note because none of these three case study churches has any of their members calling their platforms on social media by the name of those churches. You will not find Catholic News Line or Anglican News TV or RCCG blog, unless it is an officially created social media handle by this denomination, and such a case would only come by the express approval of the overall leadership of those churches. Unfortunately, this is not the case in our church, and this must be addressed. The complexity of what we are discussing today spreads across internal, external, and for the most part, uncontrollable media platforms. Wow. Professor Balvin has spoken extensively, and contributions have also been equally extensive in looking at our internal media operations, the training that is needed for media teams, the recent pastoral order on the image management of the Celestial Church of Christ has come up with certain positions, which, because of the nature of our church, cannot be queried. And one of the things we all need to do as interested people in the Celestial Church who have concern for the imaging of the church is also to make contributions, and I hope I can point out one or two on how this pastoral order can work in the best interest of the church. Externally, where do we begin to train shepherds and elders who do not hold any meaningful position in their different parishes, let alone hold any meaningful position in the generality of the body of Celestial Church, but who have created blogs, that is video blogs, and other social media handles, and pretend to speak authoritatively about the Celestial Church of Christ. Where do we begin to control that? I want to say to those who genuinely have the interest of the Celestial Church at heart, that number one, without anybody prompting us, Kunle Hamilton, I can give my opinion about the church. People may not like it, but when they come for me, let them come for me as Kunle Hamilton. But when I say I am Celestial Kunle Hamilton, then I take on the hue of representing the Celestial Church, and that is misinformation. So I should go ahead and remove Celestial from my name if I truly love the church. This is something that I am happy I have an opportunity to share with over 50-something people on this virtual confab right now. I had the opportunity to share this with a younger brother who had good intentions most of the time, but had bad ways of implementing those intentions. He found it difficult to make the changes because of his commercial gain. His platform would lose a lot of money once we remove Celestial from it. And this is a chief concern that those of us who want an improvement in the public imaging of our church, especially on the internet, have to find creative ways, possibly legal ways, and very strongly adversarial ways of encouraging all Celestial sons and daughters to immediately show their love for the church by removing the tag of CCC or tag of Celestial to the personal opinion they parade in the media space. I'd like to also put it out here that whether it's to do with the internal media team of our beloved parishes across the world, or the activities of bloggers in the social media space, those of them who are Celestial. This information is really, really fascinating. I've been a journalist for 3 decades and a half. And I tell Celestians any opportunity I have that a journalist is trained to look for news and find means of publishing it. But for anyone who wants to do the right thing by his church or her church, you cannot handle information about the church as a journalist. The only way you can do positive imaging for your church, whichever denomination you belong to, as a social media influencer, a blogger, or a blogger, is to have the mindset of a public relations officer, even if you are abrogating that role to yourself and you're not officially assigned to do it. When you have the mindset of a PR person for the Celestial Church of Christ as a Celestial, it immediately removes certain information you cannot use on your social media handle. But if your mindset is that of a news merchant, you'll be too hungry to publish any negative thing you find on anybody, and it is only after the fact of publishing that you begin to think twice, especially when you have a great deal of pressure mounted against you, like the threat of legal suit, or the church summoning you to go and face the pastor or the shepherd of your parish for what you have published. That is when you begin to rethink what you have done. So if we can, whenever we're able to set up any virtual training for media enthusiasts at whatever level in the Celestial Church, one of the things we can succeed with is changing their mindset from that of news merchants to the mindset of public relations officers for the church. The third and final tip I would like to just share so I can step down for someone else to take limelight is this. It's a great start to keep this up and increase the number of people who will participate in it, in talking about how to take the media imaging of the church forward. We ourselves must not be biased. We must not be extremely harsh or authoritative, because I have found out that quite a number of our young ones in the Celestial Church who are taken to the social media feel frustrated. They feel like nobody is listening to them. The channels are open, and they try to make use of those channels to share their grievances. They realize that very, very few people take them seriously and act upon their complaints. So if internal organs at parish level, state level, diocesan level, and the main center of the Celestial Church in Imeko and Tetu, if they will truly respond quickly to reports and complaints made by concerned Celestians across the world, and these young people see that the church is very responsive towards them, and corrective about the complaints they lay about people and processes, I think we are going to immediately begin to see a downsizing of negative mention in the media about our church. Thank you very much for having me and the opportunity to share my thoughts.
Thank you very much, sir, for that very precise submission. Those were well-stated facts. Are there any people? I think there's a few hands being raised.
Sir, none at all for this.
Okay, none at all. Okay. Thank you. And I'm sure some of us And that's what happens. That's why I said we should let the speakers speak, because sometimes you'll find that the questions that you have will have the speakers.